introduce the podcast, I must. Hand it off to Saber, I will.
Do not want to. Drank too much last night. Must hand it to Terumo.
Right, women, I do.
Women I must eat. Not enough in my area, it seems.
Must speed boost at 3 a.m. towards them.
Oats not have enough nutrient.
Consume their skin, I must.
Walk their skin, I must.
Kill the entirety of Studio Loans, I will. And Borfstar, I must.
There will be no small fellas.
Okay. Welcome to episode 18 of Bitch Fellas. I'm your host, the Big Cheese himself, Face. With me, of course, is Saber.
Hey.
And, of course, America's second favorite swine, Terumo.
I ate the other kind of Indian and now I'm suffering.
So Terumo live from his bathroom.
Hungover.
Yeah, don't mind it. Don't mind the noise.
We're gonna hear Terumo occasionally flush. Okay.
He's just
welcome to the first ever bathroom cast.
Terumo's just gonna fill the bathtub while we're talking. And just be like, don't drop the laptop in, I must.
Post to Thanksgiving this is.
Eat the old...
Too much cranberry sauce I ate.
Eat the week old Thanksgiving leftover sandwich in the fridge, I will. Have bathroom problems at work, I shall.
No one put the ham in the fridge. It sat out all night.
Oh no! Not the ham. Alright.
I am the ham.
We left you out overnight. Didn't even wrap you up in foil.
Wrapping up Terumo in foil again, he'd be like, damn, foiled again. Oh my god. Alright. So I bet everybody's wondering, what happened to Danjin post the Big Fella's Thanksgiving dinner? Terumo, can you elaborate on what happened?
I ate him.
Oh.
And we all thought I was gonna murder him via milk. We all thought Markiplier was gonna get his big, beefy hands around his scrawny neck and squeeze the life out of him. When in reality, Terumo came in with the save and ate him live. He ate him a whole.
When I threatened I was going to get him. I wasn't kidding around.
This is no longer the Big Fellas podcast. This is now the Large Guy podcast. Starring me, Markiplier, and my co-host,
Todd Howard.
I think I might buy another copy of Skyrim and put Five Nights at Freddy mods in it. The only way I regain health in Skyrim is by drinking milk.
Well, they actually added milk. We actually added milk into Skyrim via the DLC, and it does restore your health.
That was by my demand. If he had not done that, then I would have had to give the game a bad review.
No, had we not add milk into Skyrim, Mark would have made sure that there was no Elder Scrolls 6.
Elder Scrolls 6?
But when's milking being added?
Soon.
And how could I forget
Nice.
my second co-host, Sneed, formerly Chuck.
Always a muck.
Ready to give some suck.
And always ready to breed.
Sneed.
Sneed run?
Sneed. No, just a Sneed Pokemon that all it says is Sneed.
I feel like that'd be a bud type Pokemon.
Sneed! Sneed! Quick Sneed, use feed!
Uses formerly Chuck.
I think there is a Pokemon named Chuck.
It evolved into Sneed. That's why it's formerly.
Alright, so what are some podcast topics we have today? Who brought what to the table?
Doug Walker.
Finally. Guys, no Nostalgic Critic November is finally over. I can now go back to watching Doug Walker videos. My life has purpose again. I have a month of content to catch up on.
Does he really post stuff that consistently still?
I kid you not. Doug Walker posts like 2 to 3 videos a fucking week.
What?
And they're all like, and at least one of them is one full Nostalgia Critic video. I fucking kid you not.
Wait, what? I haven't seen. Okay, yeah, I am definitely not caught up on anything related to him. What other content does he make?
Saber, first of all, how could you ever say that? We are partnered with Channel Awesome. We are members of Channel Awesome.
We are?
Yes. Doug Walker's our boss.
Oh. Well, I guess it's no surprise he hired Terumo because he hates women.
I don't think it's not Doug that hates women. It's Mike Michaud that hates women.
How'd you forget? How'd you forget? He was the one that greenlit you to remaster Skyrim, so he don't have to.
Okay, I shit you not. At the time of this recording, half an hour ago, he released Beauty and the Beast: The Enchanted Christmas Nostalgia Critic, and this shit already got like 9.5 K views on it, man.
Dude. Okay, yeah, alright. I am so I guess I just kind of strayed away from like watching a lot of his stuff because of a lot of like criticisms and stuff being thrown around all over him and him in Channel Awesome and all that, so I just kind of I don't know. I need to kick the habit of straying away from content creators because I hear everyone else say they don't like it. It's like I need to.
Oh no, Doug hasn't changed his ways of being like nostalgia critic. The only difference now is that he has a whole fucking cast and crew that shows up to play his little characters, and every fucking review is a full blown like 30-minute skit revolved around the review.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's about all. That's the main thing I noticed with like old Nostalgia Critic and new Nostalgia Critic. Plus, then he'll also cover like stuff that's not even meant to be like, oh yeah, this is old, so you know it would be nostalgic. But now he just covers, or he'll also cover stuff that also comes out recently.
I would say Nostalgia Critic is more like he covers like kids movies and bad movies that came out in recent time. That's like nostalgic critic content right there. And then, of course, how can we forget his ever popular series, Dud Reviews?
Yeah.
Where he's just Doug Walker talking about a movie he just saw.
Where he's
I
not.
don't know.
So he saved a spark.
Where he's not in character. Wait, but no, what's the difference between being when he's in character and when he's just Doug Walker?
When he's like nostalgic critic, that's him malding. That's him taking out every single like mauld he has about something into like a character, and then him being passive aggressive the whole time with his cast and crew. And then with Doug Reviews, it's just him being a normal fucking functioning member of society, just talking about a movie, whether or not he liked it or not.
Being a human being, yeah. So it's kind of like his.
It's him being a cartoon character or a human being.
Okay. So it's kind of like when he like those what is it, Disney December and some of those other kind of things. Is that like
which he started today?
Oh yeah. Is that usually
which means that Doug is putting out content daily this month?
Oh boy. But that means that it's just when it's stuff like that, that's just Doug Walker, or does he still cover things like that as the critic?
It's more like that's just him as Doug Walker, because man, there's only so much of critic a person can take. Yeah,
I mean, and there's only so much of playing a character someone can do for so long. Like how the difference when you watch, like say when you watch James Rolfe being James Rolfe, whereas you're watching him being the nerd.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
That's exactly it. Because wow, it is still shocking that to this day, Doug Walker and James Rolfe are like two sides of the same fucking coin.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's Joker and which one's Batman? Trick question. Mike Matei was Joker in that one Batman review James Rolfe did.
Oh God.
Never forget Mike. I got so sad when Doug Walker when James Rolfe announced that Mike Matei was leaving Cinemassacre last year.
Damn. F in the chat.
F in the chat. Where else are we gonna see Mike post his 12-inch penis?
What?
Do you know about that?
No.
Okay, so during the production and filming of the AVGN movie, Mike took over the channel, in which he wasn't a bad thing about it. I kind of, in my early days, I enjoyed whatever Mike put out because it's just kind of interesting to see. There'd be videos where he would wear shorts, and sometimes it would be like kind of a 3/4 shot, and you just see Mike's penis against his leg in these shorts, like against his thigh. I kid you not.
Oh my God.
And people were just memeing about it, and so just like some random guy tweeted at him, and he's like, "Mike, how big is your penis?" And then I kid you not, Mike tweets out a photo with this penis on a table next to a ruler, and he says about 12 inches.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it's Twitter. You occasionally will see a penis once or twice in your lifetime.
Like Pro Jared.
Or several
penis.
times.
Pro Jared penis has become a meme among my goons IRL.
Leafy's here nudes.
I never seen. I thought the Leafy nudes were fake because I never seen them before. And no, I do not want you to pull them out.
Joke's on you. Terumo's the one who has them.
No, but I would. When the Pro Jared shit came out, what is it, like 2 years ago now?
I think.
Alright, well, when it was first like being released and people were like spreading around Pro Jared's fucking worm cock, I'm like, haha, funny. I must send it to other people. So nowadays, some people will bring up like, or some of my friends will bring up like, Tav, didn't you show us Pro Jared's worm cock? I'm like, yeah, I don't want to talk about Pro Penis's worm penis.
Pro penis. Talk about Earthworm Jim.
I'm surprised Pro Jared's ever covered Earthworm Jim. Seems they'd be right up his alley. Alright, guys.
Who leaked my nudes to Twitter.com?
Quick side note, guys. If you could describe your penis in a video game title, what video game would it be?
Bloodborne.
Oh. Oh, you two would have.
You'd have to give me time to think.
Okay.
Oh,
No,
he has to think it over. All right. What about you, Tav?
You know what? No, I gotta think about it.
That's okay. Take your time.
It's okay. Take your time. You know what? It'd be Trauma Center Under the Knife 2. I'm still pissed to this day. I'm planning an assault on my hospital where I was born at. I won't reveal where it was, but I'm planning an assault because that fucking doctor, I don't know who it was, and I will tear that place apart till I find out who it was, took my foreskin, and I want it back.
He had to go put it on the foreskin market, I guess.
I'm going to go into the hospital and demand they give me the Snyder cut. Where I want them to... where I want them to add 3 inches of foreskin onto my penis.
Oh!
Surgically... that's... I'm not sure if I ever told you the joke, but I was... When they announced the Justice League Snyder Cut, that'd be what it's actually fucking called. I just up and said, "Got a circumcision. Call that bitch the Snyder Cut." as a fake rap lyric. And I told it to Kralos once, and he's like, "What's that mean? They added like 3 inches of foreskin onto your penis?" Kumo, what's the game? What game is your penis?
I found out what Max Payne.
Is it the first one? Or is it the second one, the fall of Max Payne? Or is it Max Payne 3 where you go to Brazil?
Max Payne 3 where you go to Brazil.
So we have Trauma Center, Under the Knife, Max Payne, and Bloodborne. That's our penises.
If Yuri ever listens to this, she can put down her penis name in the comments or something.
Hers is Animal Crossing New Horizons.
I like that. Turmo doing a funny?
F in the chat for Yuri's penis.
Oh. Okay. No more penis talk.
No more
I want to
penis,
talk about...
No more penises, no more Nostalgia Critic.
Funny that they're in the same... that they're talking about in the same context. Alright. We're moving on to Guilty Gear, because a certain boy dropped last night, or yesterday, at the time of this recording. Kuruma, who new Guilty Gear character dropped? Who was it?
Adachi.
They were... Okay, the mods for Happy Chaos are coming out so fucking fast.
That's
I don't like how fitting the Adachi mod is.
There was already an Adachi mod just for him in the cutscenes only.
Oh, I guess that explains why it came out so fast. They just had to port the model to the playable character or whatever.
Oh my god. I don't like how fitting it is though. It's too natural. Although Adachi's got some huge ass shoulders now. My god, he worked out in jail.
Yep. If he was going to be a police officer again, he needed to make sure he had the arms for it.
You know,
Have you guys seen the mod that
well,
replaces Giovanni, Shaggy, and Ray with Scooby?
no, I have not, and I know. I'm surprised there hasn't been a mod to replace Nago with Hakumen.
You'd think.
They gave him like a Susno color palette,
Yeah, but
the eyes and everything.
I don't know why the hell they made Susanoo such a ugly like default color. I hate Susanoo's default color with a passion. It's so fucking weird.
There
doesn't even look like the
They
art.
took a look at a monster can.
There's some mods for CF that'll give him his like portrait palette with sort of like the purplish hair.
Just like the one you made.
I just did the dark, like full dark. I just took the palette they used for Magatsu Izanagi that came with Adachi's Terumi palette, and I just applied that on, but you know, it still also fits.
Man, I miss Blaze Blue. That shit dead. Or, Saber, as you would say, Blaze Blue fell off.
What, I say that?
Yeah, you say that.
Blaze Blue got ratioed, caught in 4K.
They fell off. Man, Toshimichi Mori really fell off.
Mori, get hit with this ratio.
Well, he's on Twitter. If I see this motherfucker post a picture of him rolling for FGO, I'm gonna ratio his ass.
Oh god, ratio him with like a higher with like a higher roll or something.
No, I'm just gonna ratio.
Speaking of Blaze Blue,
oh,
we're going to talk about the elephant in the room that was kind of announced days ago.
Oh.
So Blaze Blue Alternate Dark War has already announced that by, I think, the end of January, it will they will no longer be servicing it. And Mori explained that basically the market for mobile games in Japan has changed over these years, and it's made it incredibly difficult for them to keep up and maintaining everything. So they're gonna basically roll out like the last of their content for this month and so on, and then just pull the plug.
That really sucks.
Yeah, Ragna didn't even get to be in the game yet, and it's already ending.
I want to know what they mean. What they mean by the market in Japan being different. Is the whole like the fact in reality a lot of Japanese devs don't even make mobile games anymore. A lot of it's just kind of moved on to like other Asian territories.
Well, I mean, there's like China and other places that are making mobile games, and I guess
China, East China, Indonesia.
Hamburger.
No, Turo, you can't say that. That's not to be bleeped out. Put a hamburger over that.
Noted.
Man, Turo, you can't be saying that name here. It's East China, and if you want to get some real brownie points with Xi Jinping, then you call Malaysia Muslim China.
It's because they haven't made Blaze Blue into a Genshin Impact clone yet.
I would play that. I would spend money on that. I would, as long as I can.
You guys are forgetting about the real Blaze Blue mobile game, Blaze Blue RR.
Don't even get on that. No, just no.
You're forgetting the actual Blaze Blue mobile game, the one that features Dead Spike.
Eat Beat Dead Spike, where you just play a rhythm game of shortened versions of everyone's songs.
And it's not the full versions.
You know, I like that a lot, but it also pisses me off because they never add music to it. They release like a few songs and that's it, and that fucking makes me mad.
So let's see. There's been 3 Blaze Blue mobile games, one of which is never going to get out to the West or outside of Japan, like localized and all that. And last time that there was a main game was fucking years ago.
Tag.
Yeah. And then that's already dead.
Tag died just after like 2.0. They're just like, fuck it, we're done.
Yeah. Yeah, it died out.
Because I imagine they were using that team for Dark War, right?
I don't remember. Let me just minimize this Mori tab.
Oh, let me just do homework mid-podcast.
Toom, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna kill me? Better make it count. Better do it in one shot.
He's gonna come back again.
Toom will just respawn. What is he, Jod?
Like a certain yellow corpse inhabiting a yellow rotted rabbit suit says, "I always come back."
Fuck you, Wally Mafton. You killed like 3 kids. 5 kids. 5.
Okay, so
he's pretty based.
Okay, so I think so with Alternative Dark War, they switched developers mid game, I think, or like mid development. So I think it's called Gen Inc. But then I think they dropped out September 2018. So then they got Linked Brain on it. So I don't know what the blue team has been doing. Because Red Team was the ones working on Strive, and then you said this like months ago or whatever, but like BB Tag crawled so that Strive could run.
Yeah, I mean, I was just kind of saying that because Strive has that song Crawl, and that's like my favorite one in the soundtrack.
Not Drift.
Oh, I mean, okay. To be real, I was listening to Drift all day yesterday, and even today. Like, that shit was way too fucking good. I don't know what...
I don't know. Everyone's saying that Drift sounds like Daisuke was drunk in the studio, and he's like, "Yeah, this sounds good. Sing it."
No. Drift is the perfect antithesis to Eno's Requiem, if you asked me. I mean, it's better than fucking Jack O's weird-ass theme.
Are we getting an essay on Drift?
Don't force my hand to open up a Google Doc and write an essay about how Drift is a superior song. It's a superior song to most tracks in Guilty Gear Strive. That's really hard to say, honestly.
What about against Necessary Discrepancy?
No. Honestly, it's the... If people are saying, like, oh, it's Dice Day drunk, then what the hell was, then what the hell was Necessary Discrepancy? Him high as shit? Or what was, Let Me Carve Your Way?
The people that say that Daisuke was drunk in the studio are the same people that just listen to the intro to Alone Infection and that's it. Or the intro to Armor-Clad Faith before the rest of the song plays.
They're the kind of people that still believe the song is called Society.
I can't fucking believe for a whole year these motherfuckers watched this tall Potemkin's-themed society and said nothing about it until like 2 weeks before release.
Can we talk about how they basically gave us Smell of the Game in 2019 and we're stuck with that for 2 full years?
I mean,
Here you go.
I thought we all liked Smell of the Game.
Yeah, but it gets tiresome after 2 full years, and then we get although we get oh, I'm sorry, not low infection, colors being sung through a pillow. Or as another comment said, it sounds like I'm getting drowned while listening to it.
I meant to ask you earlier, Turmo, do you already have the high quality cut of Drift that's not like a rip from the game? Have you already made one or found one?
I've been looking, all I could find was a WAV file, WAV,
You can call it a wave.
not the OGG, not the OGG file though.
I want a
Still
flash
searching.
of Drift. Lossless audio.
All they give us, like, in any time someone's like, oh yeah, these are the frickin' quote unquote lossless versions, it's just the OGG file. I'm like, but when are we going to get proper FLACs? ArcSys, we need to work on that. When are we getting Volume 2 to the Strive soundtrack?
That's what I'm kind of afraid of. The fact that we have to wait until like the end of the DLC Season 1. Wait, they do call it Season 1, right? That's what they're calling it?
Yeah.
Okay. Season 1 just implies that there's going to be a Season 2. Wait, if Team Red is working on Strive, who's working on Dungeon Fighter?
Team Rainbow.
What the hell is Team Rainbow?
That was a joke.
Oh.
I don't know, Killer, you bind to that.
Oh no! You know what? Speaking of ArcSys, oh god, I think everyone's already forgotten about it. But Way Forward and Versity got together to make a side-scrolling beat 'em up Ruby game, or they're working on it, and so I'm like, this is not what I was expecting. I'm like, I'll pass. Ruby fans be eating bad tonight.
Can we get
Ruby
Grove
fans have been
Street
eating
Games
bad
to work?
for a while now. When's the last time Ruby fans ate good?
Since Monty was still alive.
I thought you were about to say when BB Tag put in the girls.
Not even that, because of the whole fucking DLC fiasco.
That they fixed, by the way.
Yeah, they
Kinda.
they fixed it, but still, it's just like it's still like, oh yeah, no, in the base game, it's like, oh yeah, you just got Ruby and Weiss, and it's like not even the complete thing, and then
Look, okay, fine. Blake and Yang can be free.
and then everyone gets sick of I Burn whenever they fight Yang.
But not Neo.
I don't know a single fucking Neo player. Honestly, that game.
When it... Go ahead.
That game fucking. That game died after they dropped like a whole bunch of cool characters, which is tragic to me.
Yeah.
Susanoo, Adachi,
Elizabeth.
fucking Elizabeth, Teddy. Teddy was pretty
A
fun.
tank.
A fucking tank.
And then
Akatsuki.
and then they added like a whole
Hilda.
They added a whole separate news story too.
And then they just let it die, and that's so, like, fuck. I hope. I wonder if like Team Blue's even a thing, or if they just got absorbed back into Team Red again.
Who knows? With
Like, what the fuck is Mori doing? I want to know what he's doing.
So, are we... When's there going to be a group video with you two? It's like, what happened to Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, and it
what
goes in
happened?
depth.
I don't know. I guess
I don't think Matt would ever do that.
no with us.
Oh,
You think?
honestly, I don't think.
You think we ought to just do that, or are we just going to talk about it on this podcast?
What happened? What happened? But starring two of the big fellas.
We can count 3. We can add your inclusion because you got some thoughts, right?
Eh,
I think he just wants us to make more content.
I don't know. Like I was saying the other day too, in our Discord server, BB Tad's had a lot of great ideas. It's just, I'm not sure if this just didn't have like a big enough team for it. It was just too ambitious for like Team Blue.
Could
Or
be.
like, I don't know.
Could be the budget too, or it could be also with issues with like, you know, like licensing, and it can, and also because you can in looking even back then you can tell that they wanted to hurry to get this game out because they wanted people to be playing it and getting it ready for Evo and all that. So that's why that's why half the cast wasn't even in.
Do you remember when BB Tad had its physical copies out, and on the sticker there was a sticker on the box that said an Evo game?
Yeah.
A competitive Evo game or something? They really wanted to put it out for that. I don't know. I mean, nowadays French bread is just kind of killing the game. We haven't talked about Melty Blood in the podcast.
speaking of licensing, do you think licensing would be a like problem in the future for that game, even though it's technically dead?
For Tag?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Because you brought up licensing, and that brought me to like what happened with Dead by Daylight recently, where they had to get rid of the Stranger Things pack.
They did?
They did, so if you didn't buy it then you can't buy it now. And like if you didn't buy any cosmetics for the Survivors or Demogorgon, then you can't buy them in store either. And they had to rename the perks that came with the pack.
I noticed it's only Western games that have problem with like these weird crossover stuff, especially with a game like Dead by Daylight, because I realized you mentioned that problem right there, and then there was the discrepancy with Payday's crossover stuff too, especially with like Scarface.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's just a Western thing in terms of licensing, because I know licensing is just what killed Friday the 13th, and even though that was going to be a really good, it was already turning out to be a great game.
Yeah, and it was just the whole lawsuit because Miller and Cunningham were trying to just dispute over who owns what, and it's just like, come on, everyone's starved for content, game and movie wise.
Yeah, I mean, you can't fuck up Friday the 13th. It's easy. Just make a fucking slasher film. You know, make it compelling, make it fun.
Yeah,
you know,
make it have competent people behind it, and we've had plenty of examples of what not to do with like all the movies after Part 6.
Yeah,
because you got what?
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's remake Jason Tate's Manhattan.
And
I like that one.
And actually set it in Manhattan and not just like an alleyway and stuff. No, that was filmed
on a boat.
Yeah, or on a boat. I think most of the other than like Jason in Times Square, the rest of the filming I think was done in like up in Canada or something like that.
Jason in space. I want to know what happened. I want to know what happened to Super Jason.
To Uber Jason, burnt up in entering Earth 2's orbit, and then probably came back again somehow.
But circling back to BB Tag, what I was going on about. I noticed for a lot of Japanese games, licensing isn't that big of an issue. I mean, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came back. And Infinite's still on like shelves and around. I mean, granted, Ultimate 3 was gone for a while, because of Marvel's fusion with Disney and Capcom having to now go through Disney to talk to Marvel.
Yeah.
Fucking, I hate rats.
And then Infinite not having like iconic Marvel characters, all because the X-Men and stuff is owned by Fox, so we can only have the other Marvel Studios characters, and let's just also make them look like their MCU counterparts, because the movies, right? That's what everyone pays attention to, not the comic books, but the movies.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind Infinite wanting to like lean towards the MCU stuff. I just wish the game had more style.
Yeah.
Because it's great gameplay wise. That game is super fun. But man, does it look like a shitty mobile game?
Yeah, the graphics just it was not meant for a game like this. And even then too, the Marvel's Avengers game.
Mm-hmm.
And like how much they relied on such a realistic art style, but then having Miss Marvel doing her like stretchy stuff, and it just looks so odd. Like it could pass if the game had some sort of cell shaded comic booky art style. But
yeah.
But when you've got a scan of a real person's face, and then you have their hands like enlarging, it's just like, ugh.
A little odd. Wait, is Spider-Man still an exclusive for the Avengers game on the PlayStation consoles?
I don't know. I don't even know anything going on with that game. I know
Neither do I.
I know a Black Panther DLC was teased, but then I haven't heard anything of it.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently
all I know is that like Galaxy Guards just kind of kicked its ass.
Yeah, like that game looks and like I wouldn't say feel because I haven't played it, but just from seeing people play it, like I was watching Ame Watson play it, and it's almost pretty stylish.
I'm glad that they did that, because it's it is a stylish. It's pretty faithful to its source material, especially with the fact that these games have to kind of follow the MCU quota of how things look.
Yeah,
kinda.
Kind of, but like they managed to at least make the characters look a little bit more like their comic book selves. Like Drax is sort of kind of greenish instead of just all gray, like gray. And
I don't want Chris Pratt again, man. I don't want another I'm tired of Chris Pratt.
I'm also glad they kind of departed from that and made like Star-Lord kind of look more distinct. Because it's like
it's more like his comic version.
Yeah,
or his modern comic self.
Plus, from what I've watched, when I watched Ame play it, you can unlock skins that are actually based off of different appearances they've had throughout different comic books, and it'll tell you like this is it came from this issue of this series in what year it came out, so you can like actually look for the comic itself.
I like that.
Yeah,
but going back to my circling back to my whole license thing. Japanese developers are able to license things a little easier from themselves. I'm not sure if our laws are just a little different there, but BB Tag can stay up like on digital storefronts probably for like a long while. Who knows?
Yeah.
If and when that stuff will run out. Also, I don't think Atlas is going to be, because I imagine Atlas would be the main one to kind of be like, okay, let's take it down because you're losing the license for Persona 4.
Yeah.
I imagine that's not going to be a thing.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Sometimes Atlas is like they're like not the Japanese equivalent to EA, because that's Konami. Maybe like the Japanese equivalent of Ubisoft. because day one.
Well, you have to remember
day one DLCs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, how much is it? How much you have to pay in Royal to get alternate outfits for Kasumi when she's spoilers for what, like a 1 or 2 year old game. She's only available in one dungeon.
That really fucking brings my piss to a boil.
Or how much? Or how much?
They're Ubisoft bad.
Go ahead. Sorry.
We all seem to forget that Sega now owns Atlas, so... Well, Atlas kind of does its own thing still.
Mm-hmm.
Sega's is the big papa.
The big cheese.
It's honestly thanks to them that we even get ports of S&T games. Like, I can guarantee the only reason we only got like Nocturne HD was Sega being like, just re-release it, fucker. Come on.
Yeah. Re-release it with voice acting and a dub.
And
also Dante, the Dante version being DLC, so that because of that whole thing where he in his version he replaces I can't get his name right. Raidou
Kuzunoha.
Yeah. It's like he replaces him, but he doesn't come with Pierce. But then the DLC version, he comes with Pierce and all that sort of stuff.
Okay, but it's kind of funny that in one dungeon in a Nocturne, you are chased down. I kid you not, you are physically chased down by fucking Raidou, and he will pull out his gun and just start shooting you from behind. Raidou, okay, I want you to look this up later, and I'll leave a link to this in the description so our listeners can get a good sight on this. There's a funny video where someone, I think it's called like Raidou turns Nocturne into a horror game.
Yeah.
It is some of the funniest things, because that is exactly how it's like to have fucking Raidou just show up to inconvenience you and just start like running after you. He's the I
think I saw a version with Dante, and it actually added like DMC music.
Oh, wait, okay. I didn't know this, as I didn't play the Dante version. But does Dante also chase you down the same way?
Yeah, and he'll shoot you with Ebony and Ivory.
I'm not sure what's funnier, having DMC 1/2 Dante chase you down narrow corridors, or having Raidou show up and start trying to kick your ass.
It's funny because it's design, or like design wise it's DMC2 Dante, personality wise it's DMC1, but then with the HD version it's with his more iconic voice actor
Ruben
so
Langdon.
It's like with Ruben, so it's got the voice of like 3, 4, and 5.
It is on that note, Ruben Langdon has been voicing Dante since DMC3. It is crazy to hear his first take on the character back in 3, and then going to like 5 and listening to how refined his Dante is now.
Yeah, it's like he grew with the character, in a way.
Yeah, but Ruben Langdon's also a very old man. This guy, it's funny.
He is a boomer.
He's a bit of a boomer. I still think it's funny that most of the American voices for DMC characters have come from like Power Rangers, ironically.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to licensing. Japanese devs licensing shit from each other isn't hard. I mean, SNK throws out KOF shit all the time. Capcom, if you be like, Capcom, can I please borrow Ryu? I'm gonna put him in this game. Can I? They're like, would you like anybody else? Anybody?
Frank West.
How about
I find it also kind of ironic that that there's some cases licensing is like just pretty easy. Like you said that Type Moon wasn't even aware of like what was going on with BB Tag, so that they would have given some Multiblade characters and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Or even like Fate characters, because I know Does
A
that
lot
even
of
feel
people
like
wanted
melting?
Fate.
Because like the big cheese of Type Moon, Kinoku Nasu, he liked BB Tag. He likes it as a concept. If anything, Mori is also a fan of his work too. I would say they're very similar in terms of how they write too. Except Nasu has the same type of incoherency, but his shit is kind of like his shit hits harder, goes harder. I don't know. It's
His shit bussin'.
his shit bussin'. I'm not sure if I can say, bro. I'm not sure if I can recommend you the entirety of Fate Stay Night, the visual novel. Okay, there's sex scenes where you fuck King Arthur, but regardless of that, no. Kinoku also in an interview said like, "Oh, BB Tag looks like a fun idea. I'd like to put in my version of Musashi in it though."
Oh, sorry.
You know what I'm talking about. You know Musashi. He would have wanted her in the game over Saber. But I just think that's funny. It's not even a problem of licensing. A lot of Japanese devs are just kind of friends with each other. I mean, Harada hung out with like the Capcom guy for a while. I forgot his name, sadly, because he doesn't even work at Capcom. He left this year. Or the fact that Harada hangs out with Sakurai.
Or that we saw was Maximilian was like trying to film in sort of like a reaction to a thing, and Harada was just like right next to him.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
That was an hour.
Japanese devs are a lot more friendlier to each other. I mean, I hope I'm not just saying that as an outsider. I can't wait for someone who studies Japanese game development to be like, actually, they're all a bunch of jerks to each other. You're just seeing some rare cases of them being nice. If that's the case, fuck you for ruining my vision, okay? American devs are dickheads to each other, man. Western devs be like, fuck that guy, my game's better.
Yeah, I think it's like Western developers are a little bit too competitive.
Different market, you know. Japanese devs be like, oh, your game, hey yo man, your last game, that was pretty good. I liked it. Like, oh thanks, you too. Western devs be like, I found a bug in your game, dickhead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well I found 2 bugs in your game. Well, I glitched your game. Fuck you, Leatherman. Why don't we sell this right here in the ring?
I somehow knew you would bring it back to Loads of the Locker Room. When are we gonna get together and film a remake of that? Just the opening.
Oh, I was thinking Tumo be the Leatherman. Do you want to be
leather?
Turmo can be Van Darkholm, the Leatherman. Saber, you know you get to be you get to be the guy who fights the Leatherman. I think his name is like something Wolf, like Tim Wolf, and I'll be Billy Harrington, who shows up like, what's all that rappling I heard about? I heard someone fighting. Like, oh yeah, I just took care of a jabroni. What? A jabroni?
Just.
I love how there's a YouTube video called Lords of the Locker Room All Cutscenes.
Lords of the Locker Room is also really like a really popular Japan thing too.
Oh yeah,
like
that's the origin of the Dachimuchi meme.
Yeah, they just love that shit.
I think it all, if I remember correctly, it all started on NND when like some Japanese guy posted footage of Lords of the Locker Room and said this is some unofficial like wrestling, and people got tricked into watching gay porn instead. But then the Japanese really just like grew onto like Billy Harrington because he's such a positive guy, or he was. Rest in peace, Aniki.
Yeah, back when James used to do a lot of the VR chat videos, and he had his model be Billy Harrington with Miku hair, and he would like go to the Japanese servers, and they would just like recognize just the character.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we should go to bed, guys.
We all go to bed.
Yep.
I just
Alright,
want
Trumo.
the original Persona 4 on Steam.
No. Trumo, go
Oh,
to
yeah,
bed. Come on, let's all let's all hop into Trumo's thatch bed.
Ultimax isn't on Steam either.
Ultimax's last update was stuck to the arcades.
Yeah.
And that forever
And then-
makes me mad.
Yeah, and then I think was it on Steam and then they took it down or something?
No way.
Because, or I don't know. I thought that there was some PC version, and there was a mod that added the 2.0 update that the arcades had, like giving everyone the properties they had and all that, and that people. I don't know. I could just be green. I just could be gaslighting myself or something, but
You are because there's no. Sadly, it's just it would never happen.
yeah.
The
Closest
only
thing,
way.
closest thing to
way
playing
you do it-
Ultimax on, huh?
No, you go first. I'll tell you something interesting.
The only closest thing to playing Ultimax is either playing BB Tag on Steam or CF with the mods that replaces stages with arena stages.
Hmm. Well, okay. Well, according to some Reddit posts that I just found, apparently, there's a few ways. The most popular way to play it on PC is through RPCS3, using Parsec, where apparently there's like monthly tournaments with it still, using the Parsec stuff for better net play. Or there is an arcade ROM of it, but the arcade ROM of it is is the equivalent to a really, really, really bare bones PC port.
Damn.
I don't know. It's shocking the fact that with Persona 4 Arena being BB Tag represented just like Uniel and BlazBlue was. I was hoping that there'd be maybe like a port of it to the current consoles and PC. I don't know. We'll just keep waiting and hoping.
Or I'll just play the original on my dusty ass PS3.
Or we'll just mold.
Yeah, you can just mold. That's the easiest way to do it.
Alright. Drumo, send us off. Do the outro.
Yep. That's big, fellas. Join us next week when we explain my origin stories of hating women. See you guys around.